Kilroy has found the copper and tin. Now he needs to enhance the base so he can create the weapons, armor, and foods necessary to advance into the Black Forest and find his way to the next Forsaken, the Elder. Now that we're in the Black Forest, we're going to have to do a bunch of upgrades. We have a whole bunch of new resources. We need a whole bunch of more space. I don't ultimately plan on keeping this place forever, so I don't want to waste too many resources on it. So I'm optimizing it as much as I can to do what I need it to do, and that is to process copper that's nearby and turn it into tools and weapons and armor. So the interior space is going to be for practical uses when it comes down to some of the things that enhance the workstation and the forge. They don't have to be inside. They have no purpose other than to occupy space. They just have to be in proximity to, their respective workstation. Doesn't matter if there's a wall between it, and it could be horizontal and vertical for most things. Some things can't be put onto a wooden floor, so you wouldn't be able to, put it on the ground. So, as in case the bucket is over my head, that's not. It's got to be a OSHA violation, but it works. Now it's raining out. All my stuff is going to decay if it's out here. It won't break. It'll get down to 50%. But that's not the point. I want to make sure everything's enclosed. And while I'm at it, let's make a ramp going up. Take down my old stairs. Just doing a couple repairs. Okay, that's what it looks like now. I'm going to make a bigger fireplace. I want to be able to have enough spits to cook the meat. I'm going to also reinforce this a bit with the possibility of putting a second floor on here. I'm going to put the banners up. That'll increase the comfort level. Now I'm going to put 3 spits, but ultimately I can fit 4. I'll put the kettle in. Now I'm going to verify, yep, I can do another one. More storage for food. Now we're going to need a farm so we can, grow the carrots. You can find the seeds in the Black Forest. Clean up some of the rocks, level things out. Okay, now I like to keep things aligned as much as possible. I use the floorboards just to make sure everything's on the same grid. So if I do decide to build an adjacent structure, I have a clean fit between the two. Yeah, if you've ever built these modular structures, you'll understand. Now I'm going to put some hives out here. I'm going to test this out, make sure, oh wow, they were happy closer than I thought they would to a wall. So now I'm going to go ahead and extend this out. That actually gives me more security. Then I actually kind of realized that they don't line up. So I can't do that. They have to line up. So I'm not going to worry about all of it, but I am going to worry about it along the water line. Okay, now I have all my hives in place. I'm going to put fires on posts on the corners. I thought that would help keep the dwarves away. I'm not so sure it does, but it looks okay. Okay, now I'm going to actually fix part of my mistake. I know why it happened. There was an uneven section over by the kiln, and that threw everything out of whack just a little bit. Ah! Okay, now, farming it's very tedious. It's very safe. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time about it. You gather the seeds, you plant them, they become carrots. You plant the carrots to get seeds or more carrots. Whatever you do, don't leave all your carrots cooked. You always want to have some left over so you can create more seeds if you end up having something break in. Now, I'm going to making carrot soup. Awesome. We'll talk about foods more in just a second. Okay, and then we have the mead base for minor healing. That's a potion that's going to do healing. I'm going to show you a use of that in the combat section. And then the Queen's Jam. Now these all kind of bump your action and your health. So very good. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put in the Fermenter. This is going to make our potions. And what Norsemen can go without their mead? That's going to be a real meeting of the minds. And then I stood here for way too long because apparently eventually you could hit E and release it. I'll start out with the weapons analysis with the Dagger. I started the fight off with a jump, a sneak attack, with the troll armor, which is a bit stealthy. That's a little bit more possible, and you get very nice damage if you succeed. I picked my test fight with 2-star Grey Dwarf Shaman and 2 1-star Grey Dwarfs. I'm a little bit over my head, so I'll end up having to swap out to a different weapon. And I'll talk about the MyUdgard at a later time. To be continued. Now we're going to move on to the Copper Dagger. Nice thing about the Copper Dagger, it uses copper, no bronze. Makes a good upgrade from the flint. Same thing, you can have the jump attack, does bonus sneaky damage. It's a knife type. And then we got a brute in here. And because it's fast, you know, there's a better recovery time, so you can hack, back off, much easier with it than you can with other weapons where hack, shield. You'll just have to deal with less damage, but that's good if you're threatened. Next up, we have the club, which has been upgraded to tier 3. Not as good as a mace, can't use the middle attack function, but it's cheap. So it makes a good early weapon to upgrade when you don't have enough bronze and you want to make sure you have a pick and an axe and all that. Bronze mace is a definite upgrade. You can actually use the special attack, and since you'll be in the crypts of the Black Forest, it's really good against the undead. It's worthwhile investment to get this early. Bronze sword is pretty good. It looks a little bit better than it is because I couldn't find any good enemies. But in any case, middle attack just does a whole bunch of extra damage. It's a good, well-rounded weapon. Because of the bone mass and Draugr and other skeletons, I'd still have to say the mace. Okay, well, that initial battle with the Flint Dagger continues. I switched to the MyUdgard. It is a pretty damn good weapon, but it burns the action. Something fierce. So, little tactical withdrawal, let that yellow come back. Special attack, knocks him back. Does a brief stun. Doesn't help you so much because your recovery time is too long, but if you were teamed up with someone else, they could get double damage while it's stunned. Oh, yeah, it's still going. I'm getting tired of it. I'm just going to kill him. And there goes Brute. The last weapon I'm going to work on today is going to be the Stag Breaker, which takes the deer trophies, core wood, and hide, I believe. It does damage in an area of effect. It's very good for beating up spawning locations like this, because while you're destroying the spawner, you're keeping the enemy stunned and, well, dead. course, I should have done this before the sword test. Oops. When it comes to armor, you're going to want to make troll hide. It's your best choice at this point until you can get more bronze. It's the best you're going to do. That's going to conclude this video. Thank you for watching. Please do like it. If you have any questions or comments, post it below. Thank you, and until next time, farewell.